was safe at home after seeing my roots. I'd been going to the same salon for 2 years, getting my blonde highlights touched up every 6 weeks like clockwork. Emma was my usual stylist, this sweet older lady who always remembered my coffee order and asked about my job. But that Tuesday, she wasn't there, and I got stuck with this new girl named Kayla. When I sat in the chair, Kayla started sectioning my hair and suddenly went quiet. I was scrolling through Instagram, not really paying attention, until she leaned down and whispered, "Honey, are you safe at home?" I looked up confused and asked what she meant. She pointed to my roots in the mirror. That's when I saw it. My natural brown roots weren't just showing through the blonde. There were these weird patches where chunks of hair were missing, leaving these gross bald spots near my scalp. I'd been wearing my hair down for weeks, covering it with the longer layers. I thought it was just stress from work. Kayla kept her voice low and said she'd seen this before. She asked if anyone at home was pulling my hair or if I was in an abusive relationship. I started crying right there in the salon chair because nobody had ever asked me that. For months, I'd been telling myself that my boyfriend Jake was just stressed about losing his job, that the hair pulling during fights wasn't that bad. I told her everything. How he'd grab my hair when he got mad, twist it until I screamed, then act like nothing happened the next day. How I'd been using dry shampoo and wearing hats to hide the bald patches. How I convinced myself it was normal relationship stuff because he never actually hit me. Kayla quietly took pictures of my scalp with her phone and told me she was documenting everything. She said her sister went through the same thing and wished someone had helped her earlier. While she was mixing my color, she gave me the number for a domestic violence hotline and made me promise to call. But here's where it gets crazy. While we're talking, I get a text from Jake asking where I am. I told him I was at the salon and he said he was coming to pick me up because he didn't trust me alone. Kayla heard the panic in my voice when I read it and immediately called her manager over. They moved me to a back room and told Jake I wasn't there when he showed up. I could hear him yelling at the front desk, demanding to know where I was. The manager threatened to call security and he finally left, but not before keying Kayla's car in the parking lot, which we saw on their security cameras. That's when I realized how dangerous this had gotten. Kayla stayed late to finish my hair, covering the bald spots with some special technique that made it look normal again. She drove me to her sister's house that night because I was too scared to go home. Jake kept calling and texting, getting more violent with his threats. At first, he was apologetic, saying he was just worried about me. Then he started threatening to hurt himself if I didn't come home. By midnight, he was texting about finding me and making me pay for embarrassing him. The next morning, Kayla's sister helped me file a police report. We had the photos of my scalp, the threatening texts, and the security footage of him keying her car. The cops said it was enough for a restraining order. When they went to serve it, they found Jake had trashed our apartment, broken all my stuff, and spray painted horrible things about me on the walls. He violated the restraining order 3 times in 2 weeks, showing up at my work and following me to the grocery store. Each